now we want to discuss what happens with dose when you angle your tube, or if you're in the RNF room, if you start to turn your patient, say from AP to a lateral. When you rotate the mobile C-arm, or when you're turning your patient, what happens is you increase beam angle, which also increases the tissue thickness that the beam has to go through, and it shortens the source to skin distance, which automatically increases the tube current to the patient, which obviously increases skin doses. This is just a little illustration of what can happen with a patient, and this is showing double angulations on this particular chart. But if you have a patient who, say they're in the prone position, is 18 centimeters, and then when you turn them, they're 33 centimeters, that's a huge difference in the amount of thickness that the beam has to go through. So obviously, your radiation dose is going to have to increase substantially. On this particular illustration, what I wanted to show you is this: if you have to stand by the side of a table and do something under fluoro, it's better to make sure that the II is closest to you and the tube underneath the table, which is where it belongs, is actually away from you and pointing towards the II. And what this does is it keeps the majority of scatter radiation going towards the floor in your feet versus your eyes. When you're fluoroing across the patient, the highest scatter is actually reflected from the patient from the tube. So when the beam enters the patient, the scatter then reflects straight back and at an angle. So if you're standing on that side, you're going to get the majority of the scatter. If you're standing on the other side, so that the X-ray tube is actually pointed at you and the beam goes through the patient, you'll get much, much less scatter. So you don't want to stand on the X-ray tube side. Here's an illustration to give you a good idea of where you should stand when you're doing a cross table. This is a C-arm configuration, and the patient is in the AP position. So the tube is entering, and the beam is going to be scattered primarily at the entrance point to the patient themselves. And then it goes through the patient and to the image receptor. So the majority of the scatter is going to be where the beam enters the patient, because it's going to scatter straight back and then off to angles, where once it gets through the patient, you're only getting about 1% of the X-ray that actually went in. And so that's the low scatter side. So if you have to stand near it, you want to stand on the low scatter side. This is just our final illustration, and I like this one because I think you can put it up in surgery if you want to. And it shows everybody where they should be standing. You have the X-ray tube, the beam hitting the patient, the scatter coming directly back towards the tube and a little bit at an angle, and then the II is on the other side, and again, very little of the radiation comes out that side, so that's the best side to stand on.